So welcome back guys to another video. And you ever had one of those moments that you were playing a game that you're really anticipating and you just had that moment that you would just pause the game and you would just look at it and you're like, holy crap, I'm actually playing this game. This is the game I've been waiting for. I had that moment last night with Mighty No.9, the demo, finally being released last night. And I was going to do a let's play of it, but my laptop's not the best in the world, especially for streaming higher end PC games. So I had a lot of lag going on. So I was like, you know what, I'll just do a first impressions video of my thoughts of the demo. And if you guys have been following my channel for quite some time, you guys know that I've had some very colorful opinions of concept and their Kickstarter campaign for Mighty No.9. So with that being said, I'm going to try to leave a lot of the politics of gaming out of this review and try to look at it for what it is, and that is a video game. Now, first off, let's start with the story of Mighty No.9. It's very reminiscent of its predecessor, because it is technically the spiritual successor to Mega Man. It has that Mega Man charm to it, where the world is being destroyed by some rogue bots known as Mighties in this game instead of the robot masters, and it's up to Beck, our hero, to stop them from destroying everything. I mean, that's pretty much the story through and through. There's a lot of similarities, there's a lot of nods, and a lot of things that you'll see happen in this game that you're like, man, that's totally like Mega Man. But honestly, to be truthful, that is the most Mega Man you'll have in this game, because the gameplay is very different. If you're expecting a Mega Man game, you're going to be a little bit disappointed. It's got some similarities to Mega Man, but it's definitely not a cut and paste to our Blue Bomber. There are some definite differences to this game. And one is, of course, the dash move. Now, we know about the dash from Mega Man X, but this is a little bit more different. It's actually used for a combo system, and I actually kind of like it. I thought it was kind of cool. They used it a lot in this game. Used for platforms, used for combos, used to get out of tight spots. They really love the dash button in this game, and I can understand, because Beck kind of moves a little weird in this game. He's got kind of like a little bit of a bounce to it. When I was playing it, it reminded me of Mega Man in the Power Up series for the PSP. He moves a lot like Mega Man with that little bit of a bounce to his walk, and that took a little bit of getting used to when I was playing it. And then I gotta get into the graphics of this game. And guys, I am by far a graphics person. I mean, obviously I play a lot of retro games. Graphics are not the first thing I notice about a game, but I do feel like visuals are important. And my problem was I was playing this game knowing that it had a $4 million budget, but it doesn't look like it. It does not look like a $4 million game. It looks very, very rushed. It looks very bland. It has a almost app look to it. Honestly, I could see this game being on the iPad. That's how it looked. I mean, the backgrounds were very basic, and I was like, well, backgrounds are very basic. That's okay. But the characters themselves hardly had any animation in the cutscenes, and the cutscenes were pretty much static images with voice acting that, honestly, the voice acting sounded like PS1 era. It sounded like voice acting you would hear in Mega Man Legend. I mean, to know they had a second backing just for voice acting, it doesn't show it. I mean, and some people, it doesn't bother them. It doesn't really bother me too much. I'm used to, like, basic voice acting. But honestly, I felt like if it's going to be this bad, you guys might as well just stick to text. They would have saved money, But yeah, it just, that part really rubbed me the wrong way. But overall, I don't think it was a terribly bad game. I think it was pretty fun, and it was definitely, was it worth the wait? I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed, because this is a game that was brought out by Keiji Mifune and seasoned developers. This wasn't a indie game made by a small studio of guys that don't have a whole lot of experience trying to put out a game that's a love letter to the fans. I mean, it felt a little lackluster in that aspect, knowing that this guy who made these side-scrolling run-and-gun 2D platformers would make a game this basic was kind of a letdown. It was just like, man, I didn't know about that. But I feel like when this game comes out, it's going to have a lot of hype. It's going to have a lot of hype. I think a lot of people might be looking at it through rose-colored glasses and say that it's the best game ever. And, you know, to each of its own. But I think a lot of people are going to be kind of disappointed with it as well. I was slightly disappointed with it. I still don't regret backing the project, and you know, I paid $60 for the backing, and I'm like, you know what, that's the same price you'd pay for a brand new game. And honestly, if it didn't have the whole Kickstarter stigma to it and it just came out on the shelves and it was $60, I would have spent that anyway. So with that being said, I don't feel bad about it. I was going to get a physical copy of it as well and get the special edition like Beck figure, but now I don't know if I want to spend another $60 on this. I think I would just be fine with just the digital copy now. And I will say this to Concept though. Kudos to Concept for still putting out the demo. They delayed the demo, and after delaying the game, and you know, if you guys watched my video, I wasn't too happy about that, but it didn't take them too long to put it out. It took them about maybe a week and a half to finally put it out, and they did it better. It was the DRM free, it was part of the Humble Bundle. That was really, really cool, and there was no time limit on the demo as well, so you can play it fully, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the game. I just feel like that it's not up to par to the hype and the expectations. I mean, seeing the wonderful concept art that we saw from the Kickstarters and seeing what the game is now, it just feels a little, it just doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right about it, but overall, not a bad game. I'd give it probably about a 7 out of 10. Definitely, I would give it that, and I am looking forward to the actual game and playing it and doing a Let's Play for you guys, because I will be getting it for the Wii U, so I'll be able to live stream it and capture it and have all that fun good times. But what are your thoughts about this, guys? If you had a chance to play the Mighty No. 9 demo, did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you feel a little out of place like I did? I mean, some parts of me I really enjoy it, some parts of me I just feel like it was kind of a letdown. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts in the discussion on the comments below, guys. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, happy gaming. Can't get enough of Excess Gaming Podcast? Be sure to check out the audio podcast on Podomatic.com, or you can also subscribe to us on iTunes. Also, if you have a YouTube channel or podcast you like to share, be sure to check out the Excess Gaming Podcast Facebook group page and join our community. All the links are below, and as always, guys, thank you so much for all your support.